Good morning, sir. This is about the South Sudan. The youngest nation in the world has faced significant challenges since its independence in 2011, splitting from South Sudan after a brutal, decades-long civil war. Sudan became the newest internationally recognized country and member of the United Nations in 2011. However, independence did not bring peace to this landlocked nation. Political instability and intercommunal conflict consistently ranking as the world's poorest country by GDP per capita. Its economy heavily relies on oil and subsistence agriculture with poor governance and injustice and humanitarian problems. Civil war and conflict. Since independence, South Sudan has been embroiled in a brutal civil war, marked by widespread violence, human rights abuses, and displacement. The conflict has its roots in ethnic tensions, political rivalries, and competition for resources. Poverty and hunger. South Sudan is one of the poorest countries in the world, with a high rate of poverty and food insecurity. The conflict has devastated the economy, disrupted agricultural production, and hindered access to basic services. Displacement and refuge crisis. Millions of South Sudanese have been displaced internally and externally, fleeing violence and seeking refuge in neighboring countries. This has created a massive humanitarian crisis with dire needs for food, water, shelter, and healthcare. Lack of infrastructure and services. South Sudan lacks basic infrastructure, including roads, hospitals, schools, and electricity. This has hindered development and access to essential services for the population. Support. International organizations and government provide humanitarian aid to South Sudan, delivering food, water, shelter, and medical assistance to those affected by the conflict. Peace building and reconciliation. Efforts are underway to promote peace building and reconciliation, including dialogue between warring factions and support for community-based initiatives. Development assistance. Development assistance partners are working to support South Sudan's economic recovery and development, focusing on areas such as agriculture, education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Human rights advocacy. International human rights organizations advocate for the protection of human rights in South Sudan, documenting abuses and calling for accountability. It's important to remember that the situation in South Sudan is complex and multifaceted. Addressing the country's challenges requires a comprehensive approach that includes peace building, humanitarian assistance, development support, and good governance. The international community has a responsibility to support South Sudan in its effort to achieve peace, stability, and development. Development engagement, embassies, and consulates. South Sudan's embassies and consulates around the world engage with foreign governments, international, and civil society to advocate for their needs. They present the country's situation, highlight humanitarian crisis, and request assistance. International forums. South Sudanese representatives participate in international forums like the United Nations General Assembly, the African Union, and regional organizations to raise awareness, seek support, and advocate for their priorities.